everybody. So we're going to do Christmas cocktails. So I'm going to split this video up into so the video is not so long. I'm going to split this up into separate videos, like separate segments, just to make it easier. So we're going to learn to do some cocktail glasses, which is like this. We're going to do some orange segments and lemon segments and some lemon twists, and then we're going to do pine cones and some candy canes, so we can then put all of these things together to create our own cocktail. Okay, so you will have some handout sheets and they will have pictures on of your cocktail glasses, and they will have some instructions on to show you how you're going to draw the orange segments, the lemon segments and the twists, the pine cones, the candy canes, and this is the final one. There's different compositions that you can choose, different reference photos. So you have reference photos of the cocktail glass on both sides. This one. And these two. These two. And these two. Okay, so you can choose which ones you want, and also we're going to do the drawing out, but the drawing board will be available if you want to like draw the image out, or trace the image out instead of drawing it. So there you have got that option as well. But I just wanted to show you how we're going to do it. So this first one is going to be called I think I'm going to call this cocktail glass. So we'll do this as cocktail glass, and then the next ones I will do them separate. Okay, so we're going to sketch the glass, and we're going to sketch it out in pencil, and we're going to start off by doing an ellipse. So an ellipse is how you look at a cup or glass. So when you see it, it looks round, and then when you look at it sideways, it's an ellipse, depending on which way you're looking at it. So it depends on if we're going to do a still life setup. If you're looking straight at it, set up, you can see in the top of the glass, or you can see across the glass. And your horizon line will be the line of your eye line. So it's where you can see the glass in level with your eyes. So we'll go through that as well. So that's also something else to look at, and we have got a chart here which just shows you your horizon line is here. So this is your horizon line, and then the top of the glass is round when you're looking at top of it, and as it gets further down, then you can see different angles of it. So these are different shaped ellipses depending on which way you're looking at your glass. So we're going to do it slightly raised and slightly higher. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with two parallel lines. Okay, so they're just going to be the stem of the glass, so we're going to do that bit first. So it starts off wider and it kind of goes in, and then it goes out a bit at the bottom, a bit like a tree trunk. Okay, I'm going to try and zoom in and see if you can see this. That's probably better. Okay, so we're going to come down and draw this like this. Okay, so it kind of comes down at the bottom, and this part is also an oval. Okay, so this part goes round, so you can see that that part is an oval. So let's see if my lights, I've got my white lights on. have a look. Yeah, I think this is the brightest that it goes. Okay, so so this is the bottom, okay, and okay, so we're going to do the base. So the base is going to be wider at the bottom than it is at the top. So let's just do it this way. So it's better to do it lightly and to find where your middle is. I find it easier to do a continuous line until I find the right shape. So once I find the right shape, then I'm able to rub out the lines that I don't no longer need. So I'm going to rub these outside ones out. Okay. Okay, so that's our ellipse. So ellipses have not got any sharp corners or any edges. So when you do put it in, it will be just like this. So it'll be a continuous line like that. Okay. Okay, so this is the stem. Okay, then we're going to put a stem in the corner here, a circle in the top of the stem here. Right, and now we're going to do the glass. So kind of like a triangle shape. Okay, like that. Let me come out a little bit. Okay, can you see that? Let's move these over so you can see a bit more. Try and move this down a little bit. Okay. Let's move these over. Sorry, I'm trying to move the camera angle right now, so it's a bit smaller, but just want you to be able to see. Okay, so you've got your triangle shape here, okay, and then we're going to put another triangle inside here, so probably about there. Okay, so you've got an inside line and an outside line. So we're going to put the top part of the glass here, so this is going to be your ellipse shape here. Okay, so do you remember there's no straight lines and there's no corners on it, it's complete circle. So I'm using the side of my pencil. Okay, so I've got the top, and then I can come down here to probably about here and do the liquid inside. So we do another ellipse inside, which connects to the side here. So this is going to be your liquid and your cocktail inside. So you've now got the glass and the liquid here. So this bit here is going to be smaller than this bit. This bit's going to be wider at the bottom, and this is always going to be smaller at the top. Okay, so let's just, okay, so we're now going to draw, there's a thinner line, let's zoom back in again. There's a thinner line that goes inside here. Okay, so it's like the top bit. So we're going to make, doing it a bit darker than I normally would. So it comes round to the corner, but it doesn't go all the way around this side, but then it comes underneath this line. There's a bump there. Okay, so you've got a bit of a lip at the top. And then we're going to draw some of the details in. So I'm going to draw some of the shadows in. So there's under this line here, a bit of a shadow that comes down here and here, shadow here and here. Okay, there's one at the front which comes at the front of the glass, and it's quite dark on top here, so I'm just putting little shadows in. It's quite dark there, so I'm using the side of my pencil still. Okay, so I'm just putting the lines and the reflections in. You can see it is quite dark across the top here, so that's it. So let's put this line back in here, the lip of the glass. That's it. So this is now, I'll go back over this line. There we go. Come back down over here. Put this line in, and this bit's got a bit here, and some shadows which come down here. Okay, and there's a bit of shadow here underneath here. So it's good to just put your shadows in so you know where they're going. It's a bit shadowy here. Now this line here, we can rub this one at the back out now because you can't really see it. So it looks more solid now. You put your shadows in. Get your lip in underneath your glass. There's two lines across there. That's it. Okay, so that's your glass. Let's come out. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use Payne's Grey. Okay, so I'm going to do a little colour swatch so you can see. Okay, so I'm going to use, let's put it here. That's Payne's Grey. Okay, so we're going to use that, and it's going to put out, we're going to go over our shading, over our shadows, and a thin wash, and we're going to do the thin lines that we need for our painting. Okay, so this is what we're going to do first. So we're going to go over some of our lines. I'm going to, some of the shadows we can go over Payne's Grey, and the darker areas that we know are shadows. So you want a brush that's got a tip on it. So this has got quite a good tip on it. Okay, so it's good for tiptoes and doing detailed work. So I'm just going to go over and show you how I'm going to do it. And then you can decide when you do yours how you're going to do yours too. So just going over the darker areas. It's a bit darker here. That's it. So it's really dark there. So I'm going to use a bit of darker, not so much water. Here. And there's a little dark bit here. That's it. So let's put some more under here and our line. Okay, like that. Okay, so it's a bit of a wash, but it's quite light. There's not much white actually on the glass. A lot of it is shadow, even if it's only light. Okay. Now I'm going to go for darker colours of grey. So I've got a light colour, now I'm going to go for darker colour. So this bit here is quite dark. This bit here. This bit here. So you can see more definition now. Now you're using darker colours. But you have to do it a little bit at a time, so that's why you just do a light one first, then you can see where you're going. So this is quite dark here, and there's a dark line here at the front of the glass. A bit darker there. This corner bit's quite dark, so I'm going to put that piece in. Okay, like that. And I'm going to just quickly put this piece in here because this bit's quite dark here. And this corner is dark. So we've now got quite a few sections. Let's zoom in, show you. There's quite a few sections that are dark. Okay, so if I use this in the colour swatch, it's the same colour, but I'm using less water. So this is the darker colour. Okay, I'm just going to go back out again. Okay, so now we're going to add some colour. So we're going to add some colour to our glass. I've done the light wash and the darker colour. Now we're going to add the actual colour of the glass. So I'm going to use some of this with some water. So let me show you what colour I'm going to use. So it's like a, you can see this, it's like a pinky colour, yeah. Okay, so let's put this on the swatch. Okay, and I need a bit more water on that. So I just want to show the lighter colour underneath as well. There you go, there's more water on that one, so you can see they're the two colours that we're going to use. So that's the lighter colour. So I'm now going to go into my glass where the areas are that are lighter pink. So So there's some light there. I'm going to take that little bit off here because it's a bit too bright. Okay, that's okay. Right, so a bit more water. Okay, so we've got, this is a light wash as well, so we're going to go over this. And I'm going to go over the whole of the top of the liquid, like the cocktail in the top, just lightly. And there's a section here that looks nearly quite white along here, so I'm not going to paint that bit, but I am going to paint the bit either side of it. Okay. Okay, there you go. So a bit there. So that's quite light. Zoom in. You can see it's quite light. So it's quite pink. There's some reflections down here. And some reflections there. Over this. And over this bit here. Okay, oh, that's it. Right, so now we're going to use a darker pink. Same pink but less water. So I'm going to put the areas in now that are darker. So there's a darker area here. And a bit of the rim. Okay, so that is a cocktail there. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So now I'm going to come down here, and this bit's quite dark here. So I'll do that bit there, and this bit's quite dark here. Now I'm going to come down here. Under here, it's dark. Over that a bit more. Okay, so we've got quite a good glass now. So let's just, I'm going to put a little bit more grey around here because I feel like it needs a bit more shadow. A bit more grey here. So this is where you can go back over areas that you need to. If you think that they need, they need extra grey, you can go back. So this bit's quite dark, so I'm going to add that there. This bit's a bit lighter. So I'm now going to make my colour. I'm going to use this red, the pink that I was using, and a little bit of red, just to change the colour slightly. bit of purple just to make it a bit darker. Okay, so let's put that on the swatch. So because it's got purple in it, purple's got blue in it, so it's made it a bit darker. So this is another darker shade that we can use. So I'm just going over some of the bits that I've already done in a lighter colour that just need to be a bit darker. Go. So it looks better now as it's getting darker. You can see where it needs to be darker. So we can colour this bit in as well. I have got a white gel pen which we can use to go over any highlights that we want to keep, which is quite difficult to do the highlights sometimes and to keep them white. You know, when you want them white, sometimes they don't stay white, so we can use a gel pen, which will be easier just to put the little highlights in, like around the glass. Okay, so that's looking good. So I'm going to mix this colour that I've just got with a bit of grey, just to make it a bit darker. A tiny bit black, just to make it a bit darker. That's it. So this is a darker colour now. Alright. So you can see how different it is and what difference it makes just by darkening your colours, even if it's just a little bit. Add a bit more water to that. Okay, so just a bit more of a wash to the glass. There we go. Okay, so that's roughly your glass. Okay, so you can see what colours that we've used here. I just like to have a key. I just like to see, you know, what colours that I've used. So I'm going to see if I've got a gel pen. See if I've got a gel pen. I can show you. Let's have a look in my pencil case. I've normally got a gel pen, but I'm not sure if it's in here. We might be able to use, what's this one? Polycolour. Could possibly use that. Also, I've got a ink pen, which you may want to go over the outlines with. Right, here's my gel pen. So I'm just going to show you. So this is quite good if you want to do watercolour and ink. You can go over the outlines. Which is quite nice because it defines the outlines and the edges. It kind of finishes it off, you know, gives it a really good look. So it covers up anything you make a mistake, or you just want to cover the outline. You can make an area darker if you need to. So it is really good for that. So let's just go around this side. I'm going to turn this sheet slightly, just because I can't move it. I can't put my arm forward because the camera's in the way. So I need to actually turn the sheet round. Okay. That's it. So it's quite dark, that bit there. So we'll go around and the outside. Okay, so there we go, that is our glass. So this is my gel pen. Let's see if it's working. Come on, gel pen. Normally, sometimes you have to heat them up in your hands. Right, come on, gel pen, please work. Please work. Come on. Come on, gel pen. Come on, gel pen, please work. It's not working at the moment. Okay, so we'll just use a white pencil then, I think. Instead, I've got a charcoal pencil, so we could use that. Let's try that. So that works really good. So you can put some highlights in. I'm going to zoom in a bit. So this is good for doing your highlights and doing parts that you can't do, or if you don't leave the white paper white, then it's quite handy to just put them in after. Okay, so that's going to be your glass in watercolour. Okay, so if you carry on for the next part, then we can do the other bits and pieces. So this is, she didn't do a key, but I did a very similar one in this glass as well, just to show you. So if you hold on to the next part, then we'll do lemon segments and orange segments, and I'll do them a bit bigger. Okay, see you soon.